Welcome to Voodoo RL. This is podcast 9.
What up, guys? It's your boy Bear, and I'm here with
Odd Phantom
And today we're gonna be talking about the Pioneer Saloon.
in Good Springs, Nevada. Hey, what's going on, guys? How's it going?
What up, guys? We missed you guys. It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been like over a month. Well, since Halloween special.
It's Odd Phantom's fault.
Yeah, kind of. But it's a little collective fault of each other. I mean, we just seem to not be able to choose topics and stuff like that. So what is it? We seem not to be able to choose topics.
It's not really about choosing topics.
It's
It's more. There's so many out there. Like a lot of the stuff, like some of it has a lot of research, and then some of it doesn't have research.
Yeah, so it's kind of easier.
hard.
But the thing is, like, it's hard for us to push out an episode every week when there's so much research we have to do, and we don't want to, like, I know we're just starting off, and we don't want to give you like misinformation, or just kind of like, what is it, bunch it up into like 30 minutes, which is like, a lot of information, to take
And
in
then,
for a little bit.
maybe you guys don't like our hearing our voice, or maybe he's
For too long
annoying.
and stuff.
Yeah, so want to keep you guys entertained. But today we're gonna be talking about the Pioneer Saloon, where actually Odd Phantom went to go.
Yes, I went ghost
visit.
hunting with
Yeah.
my wife over there to the Pioneer Saloon. Shout
did they
out
go?
to Draven and Ryan. They were awesome. They're in TripAdvisory. I mean, this is not a sponsor, guys. But they're on TripAdvisory. If you guys ever go to Nevada, they're awesome. What is it? We went over there. I honestly didn't. I took a lot of photos. I did some recording. We'll make sure to post it up on the YouTube.
It's gonna be his own separate video.
Yeah, it's on a separate video. We're gonna post it up on YouTube. But I went over there. We went. They showed us different locations, and there was this. I mean, we went into Saloon where the whole I guess where the major activity is. The saloon was built in 1913, guys. Well, from my understanding, 1914.
Okay.
But there's some misinformation right there. But
Well, it's really hard to keep that information. Like, I think they go based off whoever.
yeah, because it was so long ago. Like there were so many things happening.
Yeah.
Like,
I think they go based off whoever was like, whatever year like they did the most in. I think that's how they go out. Based
yeah,
off.
but it was built by George Fail. He was a prominent businessman. He was a postmaster at the Pioneer Saloon. Well, Good Springs, Nevada. He was a postmaster.
What the hell is a postmaster?
Oh, I guess the postmaster is one of those guys that
Works in the mail.
yeah, we're the mail, but he's the one that takes in charge of everything of all the mail and
like
stuff.
a supervisor kind of.
Yeah, he was. So
Okay,
he was
cool.
like, yeah, he was pretty wealthy and stuff.
So then, why did he work in the?
Well, he was a postmaster, but he was the one that built a saloon, and not only did he build a saloon, he also built a functioning hotel with running water and toilet seats that were functioning.
Sink stuff.
No, that was like the first of its time because
okay,
before
I get you,
people
I get you,
would
I get
go
you.
take dumps inside like holes and stuff.
Dude, that's why I take dumb.
No, seriously, like
No,
he
I
had
get you.
functioning restrooms, dude.
That's
Like
cool.
yeah, like, at that time that was something,
Something new.
yeah, something new, heater and everything. But yeah, so we went out there, guys.
So tell us about your experience.
Okay,
what
yeah,
did
yeah.
you what did you experience?
Well, as far as what I experienced, I didn't really feel anything as far as like presence, because I've had that feeling before. I felt it.
Yeah.
I felt that feeling. When I feel like uneasy, things like that. There was 2 locations that they explained to us. Ryan, they we're talking to them. They're both Catholic. They said that they carry sage with them, holy water, and they also have a Bible. He said that there was this one location where they went to.
Yeah.
We didn't go inside because it's dangerous as well. He says that it's like there's some steps and it cuts off and there's like a mine shaft that goes straight, that just goes straight down. So it's dangerous. Number one,
Goes
to go
to
in.
hell.
Yeah, I know, right? Go straight to hell. No, he said that there's some mine shaft holes that just go straight down, all the way. You could. They said that throw like quarters or whatever. You didn't hear nothing.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It just goes all the way down. But he was explaining to us how in one of these locations he went, and he has I guess I forgot the saint, but he has a saint. He's a Catholic. He has a saint on it, and on that saint, he said that when he went into that location, it tugged on his chain. It tugged on it, and he even showed us. The chain and everything, and he said that the second time he went in there, that it ripped the chain off, and he had to go get it. He had to go get it.
They're probably a magnet or something, eh? You got a fake chain.
Nah, dude. No, because I'm telling you, these people are like legit. They're ghost hunters.
Yeah.
So their first thing to do is to debunk. You know, they want to debunk stuff. You know, they don't want to.
Yeah, I get you.
You know, they don't want to. You know, be like, oh well, this happened, and then you know, what is it?
They don't want to be called liars.
Yeah, exactly. But no. So we were in the saloon. What is it? I was. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I was a little tipsy because I was drinking.
Just a little.
Yeah. Or drinking some vodka and cranberry juice. But I went to use the restroom, and it's like very small. Like it's all graffitied up. Like it's pretty creepy. Like it's old style saloon. Like literally, like it's just like a sink where you piss in, pretty much. But yeah, you just piss in it, and then I was doing my thing, and next thing you know, like I felt like something was behind me. I swear, I felt like something was behind me.
Did you turn around?
I did. I swung my head like to the back, look, and I was like, you know what? Maybe it's nothing. Like maybe I'm just a little drunk or something. Yeah. So I'm doing my thing still, and then I just like that feeling when somebody's looking at you. Mm-hmm. Right, when somebody's looking at you, like you want to look back, right?
Yeah, so like if you're like waiting in the restroom,
I looked back again, and I didn't see nothing.
Yeah,
thank God, I didn't see nothing. But
because you would have ran out of there.
Yeah, like, but things here and there happened though. So it wasn't just like what is it? I mean, it's not like I felt nothing, but things did happen.
Also throughout the trip.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when we sat down. Because they have like where the bar's at, right? And then in the back section there's like a area where we can eat and stuff.
Okay. And also it's like it's still functioning.
Yeah, it's one of the oldest functioning. Well, I think it's the only functioning saloon left that's that old, pretty much. So the funniest thing too, that when we went, it was karaoke night.
Did you talk to any of the workers there? Were you able to talk to them?
No, because they were so busy. It was karaoke night, and you couldn't really hear anything if you talked to them anyways.
Oh, okay.
But they did show us a video when we're heading to the location, and they showed us about the ghost hunters. Zach on the Ghost Adventures. Okay. Zach, like he went in there, and then he talked to the owner of the saloon, and pretty much the owner and the son. The son said that. He said that he would see things and stuff, and they showed us videos, but also the ghost hunters explained to us like different things that happen. But yeah, so we're sitting in the I have everything on video, so yeah, I can show you guys. But we're sitting down, we're eating, okay, and they're they're just explaining to us like certain type of things, about the history, about they filmed like movies out there and stuff, and Clark Gable and his wife, Carol Lombard.
Okay.
He pretty much married this actress, right?
Okay.
There was explained to us he married this actress, and she I guess had to do like a recording in Los Angeles. I mean, I might be wrong, but this is I'm just so kind of trying to remember everything,
Yeah, no, for sure.
So she had to go do like a screening over there, and she took off on the plane, and the mom, her mom didn't like flights, and she didn't want to go on a flight.
Yeah.
But from my understanding, like I think like they flipped a coin to decide, and what's her name? Sorry, Carol. She won. She won the coin toss pretty much, and so they took the plane, and they had to stop and switch out planes because it was one of the planes was malfunctioning, so I had to jump in another one, from my understanding. But when she was coming back to the saloon,
okay,
when she was coming back to Vegas, actually, I guess what they were explaining to me, what Ryan was explaining to me, is that the pilot did not, adjust the knob for the elevation, so the elevation was wrong. So if it said he didn't adjust it, so in other words, he
came in hot.
Yeah. So in other words, if there were 1,000 feet high, the thing showed like it was 2,000 feet high, which it wasn't. So he didn't adjust it. Okay. So they were flying too low, and on a mountain called Mount Potus. Okay. They crashed there, and she obviously ended up dying. Mm-hmm. But her husband, who is Clark Gable, he was a famous actor. He went to the saloon, and they even showed us the cigar burns that were still left.
Oh no.
He waited there for 3 days to get word, because they had to go up to the wreck and bring bodies.
Yeah.
Pretty much, they were hoping that
She survived.
she survived. He was hoping that she survived, but obviously she did not. And that they were saying that the guy would just drink himself to like sleep, and then they would send him back to the hotel, and then he'll come back and just drink, dude, and drink and smoke. And I felt it. I put my finger where the cigar burns were, dude. It was crazy. Like,
and
everything.
It felt hot or
No, it didn't feel hot, but everything's there. Like it's
like historical kind of.
Exactly. Like, yeah, it's a
like
historical.
They preserved it.
Yeah, like it's there, still there till this time,
Okay.
So that's why they say, like, I feel like a lot of like bad and good energy are trapped there because of all that stuff that's still left. You get me? So they brought her body back down, and obviously it was devastated and stuff. And what is it? He buried her. I forgot. Well, from my understanding, he buried her in Goodsprings, and when he passed away, I think they moved the body over there. The Hollywood cemetery?
Yeah.
They're both buried right there.
Oh, okay.
They're both buried right there, but he loved her, dude. I mean, to be buried still, he lived. I forgot how long he lived, but to be buried together, they must be in love. But apparently, he still. What was it when Draven? He was the ghost hunter guy. He told us that if you call her name out in the women's restroom, that she appears sometimes. So they said,
"Why don't you go try it?"
Well, because it's a women's restroom.
So.
Even then, but they told like, hey girls, like if you go to the restroom, it's like take a lot of photos. They said like take a lot of photos and stuff. So, but I don't think anybody took photos, to be honest with you.
You guys are a bunch of scaredy cats. I would have been in there.
No, there was like a bunch of stuff that they said we could do and stuff, but some of I just didn't do. But
so now another thing, you were telling me that you were able to play hide and seek with one of the ghosts.
Oh yeah, I forgot it was a little girl.
Why didn't you play?
I forgot dude. It's kind of creepy if you think about it. But apparently, like they said that there's a little ghost girl. I don't know her name. I'm sorry that I forgot, but she likes to play hide and go seek. So you take out the EMF reader, the one that it flashes like it kind of has like a little signal, and it flashes red when it says something. So he says you have to call her name out. Once you call her name out, you tell her, hey, let's play hide and go seek. So then the EMF will turn red, bright red, and boom, it'll turn off. And then you would have to start walking around with the EMF reader, and what is it?
And find her.
Yeah, find her. Some places will beep, and then like when you get closer and get hot, it'll turn back. It'll start beeping red again.
And why didn't you give it a try?
I don't know. I was just a little chicken, like.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, of course I could have. But
did anybody else do it?
Nobody else did it. That's what I'm saying.
Group?
No, I guess they just wanted to hear what the guy was saying.
Yeah, for sure.
Nobody else did it.
Okay. Did the ghost hunters even try it? Like,
well, yeah. I mean, they've already done.
No, I know, but did they try to show you guys?
No. They didn't. They didn't.
Okay.
But they were just telling us where they saw some apparitions, and he said that there's this location where we go through that. Well, right there, when the hotel used to be there, the women, if they wanted to, sleep with the mine workers, because of what the mine workers, they come from long places to try to, get some money. They would have to pay for the hotel.
Okay.
The women, the sex workers, they would have to pay for the hotel to sleep with them, and then that's when they get paid.
Sure. And then I don't know.
But hold on. Sorry, what is it? I know you're gonna give me a question, but so when we were walking down that way, they say that you said you can call them women of the night, and there was another one that you can call them to they might he said they might like appear to you. But he said, don't call them whores. They don't like being called like sluts and stuff like that.
That's what I was about to ask you, because I remember you told me about the story how he said that. One of the college.
There was like a frat boy. He's like, hey, you sluts, like. Yeah. And that he got scratches in his back and stuff because he pretty much disrespected the dead.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that's what I was gonna tell you. I remember you were telling me that.
I mean, look, I'm a believer, but I respect the dead.
Well, you have to, because like even then, like my grandma used to tell us. Don't be scared of the people that are dead.
Yeah. Well,
be
that's
scared of the people.
Yeah, like no. There's a saying that goes in Spanish like this, guys. Like no debes de temer a los muertos, los vivos. So in other words, like don't be scared of the dead. You should be scared of the living.
Yeah, but dude, the dead can do as much damage as the living. You know what I mean? But I don't know if you want to say. I forgot the gentleman's name that you're saying why he got into ghost hunting.
Okay, so I mean, this is a personal story,
No, don't give the whole story, but just say.
No. Like I mean, this is a personal story. So I'm not the one to to say if he ever hears this podcast, I don't want to be disrespectful to him or to whatever happened. But just something tragic happened to him
Yeah.
that
It was unexpected.
it was unexpected. Something in the family. That's
Yeah.
all I want to say.
Yeah.
Because I want to respect his wishes.
No.
Yeah, because when he even told me the story, he said it was something hard. And then he still told us. He still told us. But pretty much, when there's a tragedy in the family, anything like sometimes you want answers.
Yeah.
And that's how he got into it. He just said he started getting equipment to try to see that person that they loved. Try to get try to talk to them. But he said that till this day he still hasn't been able to make contact.
Mm-hmm.
But he said that's how he got into it. But the funniest thing I was explaining to him, I was like, the reason I asked him why did he get into it is because he's Catholic, and technically, us Catholics, it's frowned upon. Frowned upon because
in our religion, yeah.
Yeah, because of religion, like you're not supposed to mess with the dead. You're not supposed
It's
to.
not really messing with the dead. It's like we're in our religion. We believe that as soon as you die, you go either to hell or you go to heaven.
Yeah,
and
but there is bad spirits that haunt people.
That's the end of it, though, for our religion.
Yeah.
You get me? But when you start questioning it and saying, "Oh, wow, what if they went to purgatory, or what if they stayed here, or so that's why, my our fandom asked him that question because in our religion it's frowned
because I
upon.
told him I was like, my mom would kill me. I was like, if she found out I was doing something like this.
But didn't you say that they were ordained by the church?
Ordained by the church? Something like that. I don't know if it was ordained or something like that. But yeah, they're by the church. Yeah.
So if you guys don't know a lot about Catholic religion, in order for you to become that way, like pretty much they respect your decision and they respect your word pretty much.
But from my understanding, he's still he preaches and stuff.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, I'm just letting the listeners know that if just in case they didn't know. So pretty much when you're like that in a church, it's like you have a little bit of power. They listen to you. So if you tell them, you know what, I feel like there's something here, you know what I mean, they're gonna listen to you and be like, all right, let's go check it out to see what we can do to to cleanse it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's why. So not only there, you went a couple other places.
Yeah,
correct?
we hit some other spots and stuff. They showed us where Draven, he was the ghost hunter guy. He was pretty cool. Tripping. He was telling us when we were eating. When we went to the Queen Mary. He was one of the workers there at the Queen Mary as well for Halloween. And he put I saw it. I think my wife recorded. He put a nail through his nose. Okay. He told me that was him. I was like, no way, dude. We were just there, So it was kind of crazy because we were talking about that, and then there was another girl that she's
meant to be.
I know there was another girl there that she a active ghost hunter, and she always likes to come with them on their adventures.
Yeah.
She was also one of the workers in the Halloween Horror Nights. She was like a crazy clown or a scary
Halloween
clown.
Horror Nights or
the Queen Mary.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was like, what, crazy, dude? Small world, small world. But yeah, so there was this location that we went to which was the postmaster. His name was George Frail, the family of Frail. The family. I forgot the wife's name. But we went to that location. They put they put a little box that it's a little screen. I forgot it was called the machine, but I recorded it. It's all in video, guys. So we'll put it up for you guys to see. He put it up, and pretty much in the they can communicate through that.
Okay.
And they can pick up words through it. So I honestly forgot the words that they said, but he also Draven put a flashlight. He put a flashlight right next to it, and the light started flickering by itself. So that's one way.
You were saying that it was a light that pushed.
Yeah, you have the button. Yeah, if you guys don't know about lights or there's different ways to turn on a light.
Yeah.
You can screw it on. It has a button on the top, but this one has a button in the back. Normally, when it has a button on the back, they're kind of harder to push in.
Yeah, for sure.
So, but I don't think this. Remember, Ghost can put energy into things. So I don't think the Ghost had to click it to turn it on.
No.
They just put their energy in and it'll stay on. So the light begins to flicker, guys. It begins to flicker. So at that time, Ryan, because he said that he really likes these ghosts. He says that these are nice people.
Okay.
So, but he says Ryan was like, oh, maybe it's George, maybe it's him. So hey, George, how's it going? He starts talking. It's all on video. I was just trying to recap what everything is, but we're gonna put it up, guys, so you can see it. And obviously on the Twitter and Facebook and Instagram, we'll put up some photos as well so you guys can see the saloon. But he just starts talking. Hey, George, is that you? And he starts asking the questions, but the light flickers for a moment and then it just stays on. So, he starts asking George, is that you? Turn the light off or turn it on, or flicker, do something. And it just stayed on. So Draven, he went and reset the light, and he left it off and then turned back on. But when they read the little monitor that they had that, you can say words into it.
Yeah.
They said that it had like some like gibberish. Someone was gibberish,
Yeah.
and they didn't know what ghost it was. Maybe it was like relatives or something like that. But we weren't able to make communication with them because we didn't know who it was.
Yeah, for sure.
But the last one was pretty crazy. So at the end of the tour,
this is the cemetery, correct?
No. My bad. Sorry. That's a little bit ahead of.
Oh, okay.
No, the last on the tour.
At the saloon.
Yeah.
Saloon, okay.
Well, the last on the tour of the Good Spring. The saloon we went there first, but the Pioneer. What is it? I mean, the Good Spring, Nevada. That's a little town. The Pioneer Saloon is where the Ghost Adventures have gone because
but it's in the Good Spring.
Yeah, it's in Good Spring. Yeah. The Pioneer Saloon is in Good Spring.
Okay.
So the last location we went to was a school.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah,
it was an old school. Yeah. So Draven, he pulls out this thing called the Banshee. He said that there's many names for it, but he called it a Banshee, which I liked. I like that name, so because of Halo days, So he pulled out a thing called, it's like a box, right, guys? And it had a cross on it and everything. Like, it looked pretty cool. He called it a...
Tell him to give it to you.
No. It's called a Banshee, and what he did to the Banshee, he connected like this speaker phone. So like he can kind of like hear voices and stuff. So he says it has reverb. That's why it sounds like that. But apparently there's a teacher that she passed away right there at the school. She was very ill. And
is the school abandoned or
no, it's functioning.
It's a functioning school.
It's a functioning school. Oh, yes, kids.
So you guys went on like, was it a weekend or was it?
We went on it was on a Friday night. So.
Friday night. Oh, okay.
So some places where we walked in total darkness.
And some people had lights and stuff like that.
Yeah, some people had light, but some places we walked in total darkness because the reason why is because neighbors they're
Hey, but just real quick, like, you would figure that school would be abandoned. Imagine like the kids if like knowing the story. I wouldn't want to go to that school.
I know, right? Yeah. But like a lot of places, it's funny because there was 2 places that were up for sale, up for rent.
Okay.
So like that's like scary. Like I wouldn't rent out there. Like I'm pretty sure they're renting because it was
for a reason.
Yeah, for a reason. They probably
be.
Shit,
we'll give you a discount, $100. Just come and live here.
Yeah, they probably saw something. So
okay. So you were saying about the teacher?
Yeah. So apparently she was very ill. And there was this type of medicine that they would give. It was like snake venom, but it was like a mixture of stuff, I believe.
Yeah, for sure.
But that it was very addicting and you can overdose easily on it.
Okay.
So, she got addicted to it and just ended up overdosing on the
snake venom.
Yeah, a lot of people, from my understanding, what they explained is that they claimed it as a suicide. But I think it was just overdose.
Oh, okay.
But technically
you gotta remember it back in the day. How far ago was it? Like how long?
I forgot exactly. I was thinking it was like 40s maybe.
Yeah, remember their medicine.
She was young when she passed. Though.
No, but I'm saying like the medicine that they had wasn't like they couldn't tell for sure. Like
they didn't know the doses and stuff like that.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, so he brings out the Banshee, and he explains to us that they see apparitions of her, and that sometimes that you can see her from the glass. I was trying to take photos to see if I could catch anything on my camera, but I mean I've looked over the photos and I haven't really seen anything. But what is it?
Now, quick question.
Okay.
Let's say you take a picture, right? And you see like a hand on your shoulder after. What would you do?
Dude, I'll be tripping, honestly. Imagine like a hand or... They said that a lot of times you can see like orbs. Because, orbs. Yeah. Or also, too, they say that when you're walking, you feel like sometimes like spider webs, stuff like that. He says that's plasma. That's plasma from
it depends, too, because like... With the orbs, it's really hard to tell what orbs are orbs or what orbs are dust. You get what I'm saying? Because also, too, when you take pictures, sometimes it looks like it has orbs, but it's a lot of dust. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of hard to really say what is what. But continue with your story.
Yeah. So he brings out the Banshee and he just explains the little backstory about the teacher that's there, and then she still shows.
Just a FYI, guys, he didn't invite me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why he's doing most of the talking.
He's doing the interviewing, and I'm the one talking.
Yeah, because he didn't invite me. He didn't even offer, be like, "Hey, you want to go or nothing?" So
I told you could have showed up into the hotel, dog. Like
all of a sudden.
And you know what the nice thing was about the experience, that it was only Well, at least when we went, it was only 6 of us,
Okay.
and we were each couple. So there was a couple, so 2, like so. And they were like nice and quiet. That they were friendly and stuff, So it wasn't like if you bring like somebody that's just rowdy.
So you suggest for anybody that lives here in California, if they are really interested in stuff like that, to go take a tour like that?
Yes, I they have 2, I believe. The one tour is the Good Spring one, which I recommend, but they have another one about the mobsters. I don't know what it's about, but it's about like I guess maybe in Vegas, like because remember there was a bunch of mobsters back in the days.
Well, they're the ones that pretty much built Vegas.
Yeah, they were like run it pretty much.
Yeah.
So yeah, and what is it? So he brings out the Banshee, and he starts talking. We didn't know, but he starts asking it questions. And then
one more question: were you in the back of the group or were you in the middle?
No. We were just like kind of like huddled, like grouped. Like, yeah,
but I'm saying, where
cold,
were you
dude.
though?
It was fucking cold. No, I was right there.
Oh, okay.
It was freaking cold, man. Like really, really cold. Like
okay.
I'm talking about like we went November, which is like like it's
hot
already
as hell.
no November is super cold.
Oh, was it cold?
Yeah, I think like the lowest it dropped there was like 40. I think it was like 40, 39. It was pretty cold. But he starts talking to the lady. I forgot her name honestly, but he starts asking her questions like, do you still look over the children? And then she's like, sometimes. You can hear it.
And did
like,
you hear?
I can hear it, dude. Like you can hear.
Did you get?
It was kind of hard to hear because it had like reverb in it, but you
Yeah.
can hear like sometimes.
But did you get like? Did your skin like creep up?
Kind of, yeah. Kind of. It wasn't really cold, obviously, but it was like kind of creepy because like he was talking to the person.
Yeah.
And what is it? She said some other things, like do you watch over the school? And she was like sometimes, and will you always look over the school? And then she's like, of course. Things like that, like so she's looking over the children of the school right there.
Well, at least you got friendly ghosts, bro. Because imagine getting like.
Well, there was 2 locations. They said feel free to go over there. They told like that. Well, one of them, the other one, we were in the car already.
Oh, okay.
We were in the car and they flashed a light and he showed us. That's where he's got his chain pulled off. He said that after that time that they don't go in there. They don't go at all.
Yeah.
And then
this was at the school or
no, there was like another location.
Oh, okay.
That was the one I told you that it is like it's wooded and then like it cuts off and then it's a mine shaft that just goes straight down. And then there's another one that they brought the little box out that you can communicate with. Mm-hmm. He said that they've only got bad things from there. They said like bitch, fuck, stuff like that, like bad words. And
they've told you guys can go wander.
Yeah,
off.
he told me you guys can walk over there. He's like, and check it
we'll
out.
Still be here.
Yeah, dude. I was like, okay, if you're ghost hunters and you tell us to go over there, but you're staying here, like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah, you're like, that's a no bit for me.
No. These people are adventurers. Like Draven, he said that. Mm-hmm. What is it? When you would hear stuff about apparitions or in Vegas.
Yeah, you were telling me he goes ghost hunting.
Yeah, right? He goes to the hotel and he rents that room and he stays there and sees, if he feels anything and things like that. I'm like, dude. Like, so these people are like, yeah, there's,
I think we need to step up.
I don't think they're scared. They're just precautious, like.
I think we need to step up. We need to go rent a haunted room.
Nah, I'm good. We're podcasters. We're not ghost hunters. Okay?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So one of the things that you told me about that I found interesting, but I know you guys said you guys didn't stop. Tell them a little bit about the cemetery.
So, they have a cemetery there, obviously, of a lot of people that were buried, from the early days when the saloon was built. Because one thing I haven't touched on is the miners. He told us that in the miners, like there was like they showed us a small shack. I took a photo of it. That small shack. They would sleep up to 30 miners. Dude.
Oh, damn.
30 miners, they said that they would rotate in turns of sleeping.
Okay.
Like, dude, like, it was
like
small
doctors
room.
pretty much.
Yeah, but they were, like, bunched up all on top of each other, things like that. Like, like, I feel sorry for these people. They said that Ryan was telling us that the life expectancy of a miner was 30 years old.
Well, yeah,
31 years old.
Depending on what they're mining on with all that dust and all that.
Well, they were mining.
If they're mining coal.
No, they were mining coal. They were mining. I think there was like gold and silver.
Oh, okay. So there were the 40 miners.
Yeah.
Like that's where they came down for like.
Yeah,
San Francisco.
But what is it? When we saw the ghost hunting. What is it? The ghost hunting video. They showed the mine shaft, dude. There were just like little holes, dude. Like these people had to crawl all the way down through those holes and mining through that kind of stuff,
Yeah.
Like that's kind of crazy.
Do you fit in one of the holes?
Hell no, I don't fit one of those. I'm too big. These people were skinny, you know, like.
Well, no
But
shit,
if you think about it, no, I know, but like going
in
through those small stuff, like, you know, and having to be there all day, you know, working in the mines, dude, like
for 30, 40 hours plus.
I give it up to these people. Like I praise them, you know, like God rest their souls. But dude, like imagine having to work hard labor. Imagine like in like winter time or even, you know, in summertime.
We figure if it was cold for you that day, imagine
them
what they
having
would
to
have
work, yeah, and
in
that
conditions.
conditions.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so when we stopped at the cemetery, they told us, you know, there's a lot of, you know, bodies that were. Supposedly they were going to do an experiment in the cemetery.
Okay.
But then after we didn't end up doing, I guess there wasn't enough time. But they said that we wanted to try an experiment, but we just didn't end up doing it. But it was explained to us that there was like around like 40 something bodies are like, you know, buried there, but that there's more. They just not accounted for.
Yeah, and then you were saying they didn't really tell you the story until after you had left the cemetery.
Yeah, so they said that there was one story left that they wanted to tell us, but that they said they drive off like before they tell us. They always do that because they just don't want, you know, to, you know, us to
any
see
bad juju or something.
Yeah, so they drove off and then they started telling the story about this lady that appears there in the cemetery. That's what they've said. They've thankfully never seen it. They said, but apparently these ghosts. She's in a red, like a nice red dress. And if you see this, you know, like apparition, that it's like the equivalent of like breaking a glass. You know, when you get 7 years of bad luck, yeah, like you get like 5 years of bad luck. They said, you know, seeing that apparition or ghost or whatever you want to call it. You know.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Overall, like, how was your experience in the sense of everything you did and what you felt or what you didn't feel? Or what you saw.
Well, like I said, I didn't feel anything.
Yeah.
As far as, you know, like, uneasy.
Yeah.
You know, maybe because we didn't, you know, go to those two locations where there are bad spirits, you know. Or maybe I just didn't pay as much attention because I was listening to them. You know?
But the whole time, were you tipsy or were you?
Well, I was a little tipsy, but I
like in the beginning or
in the beginning when I was in the saloon. But when I got when I got out, like I was already like fresh.
Okay.
But and then one thing I didn't talk about was when we just got out of the saloon and we started walking, they pointed at a tree and they started talking about how like this is a very old tree. It was over like 100 years old. And
that is an old tree.
Yeah, it's a very. I took a picture of it as well.
Okay.
And because I was trying to see something, because he said that they hung over 100 bodies there.
At one time or like overall?
No, overall.
Oh, okay.
And from my understanding, one woman.
Oh, that's
and like
crazy.
the rest were men, but they hung over 100 bodies right there.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so I took photos, you know, just try to, you know, see some kind of stuff.
Hopefully
you
see something.
Yeah, but he said don't delete anything. You know, like go back, put it in your laptop, and like open it widescreen, and then see if you can, you know, see something. He said.
Oh yeah, because you gotta remember on your phone you can't. Or
yeah, it's small.
GoPro,
Yeah,
you can't really.
Yeah, you want to see like a particle. If you can see like a particle.
Yeah.
I have one that I don't know if it's like a fly, but it looks like an orb almost.
Let me see. Show me. I'll let you know.
Yeah. So, well, I mean, I can't.
No,
really
I'll let you know. Show
okay.
me, and then we'll show the listener.
Yeah, we'll put it up for you guys so you guys can see it. But yeah, I took a photo.
You guys can give us. You guys can give us your idea of if it is or it isn't.
Yeah. Hold on, give me a second.
He's going through all his porn.
Well, you know what? We'll talk about it later because I can. Oh, there it is. Like I don't know what does that look like? Does that look like a orb? Or it's on top. Because I have two photos. Watch. Let me see. Watch.
It kind of looks like an orb.
Yeah.
Kinda.
Because that area just went by fast. Watch. Because this is the house that I was talking about where the guy was like, you know, they just saw bad things that said bitch, like fuck, and you know, but it's right next to it. You see, you can see that orb when I took it again.
That's crazy. So
and the trippy part of the house where I'm just showing you right now, about the orb, he said, try taking a photo of it because most of the time it doesn't come out on camera. And
the house?
The house, and like mine did come out, but some of the people that were there, that it didn't come out.
That's crazy.
It didn't come out, and not only that, but one of the other people, they said that they saw like some like stuff on their camera, and he thought his stuff was like messing up, but that his partner, his wife, his phone was messing up, but and then he took the picture as well, and that his did get it, but hers wasn't. And they said that another thing that happens too is that your battery is drained really fast over there.
And did you experience that or no?
No, my battery didn't, like, cause I had my shit fully charged and shit. So I was like, but yeah, it didn't. But he said just some people, it happens like that to them and stuff.
Now another question: did you go in there with an open mind, or did you go in there like? Did you go in expecting to see something, or did you go in and see? Hopefully, I see something.
Well, I didn't go there. Hopefully, I see something. I went there like I would say precautious, in the sense of like paranoia, almost paranoia.
Yeah,
but I
'cause,
was a little tipsy though, Too,
Not only that, but I remember you were telling me that after you were done and you went home to sleep, you prayed.
Oh yeah, no. So they, I prayed because sometimes, guys, if you guys don't believe it, you guys fuck around, do go sunny, things come back sometimes. They follow.
Yeah.
And I've seen a bunch of videos, and I've seen videos of how they say that they go to the cemetery and they communicate with spirits, and they bring it back with them. They bring it back with them.
Yeah.
So what is it? I prayed. I did a Hail Mary. Everything. Yeah. Our Father, Hail Mary. I prayed. I have my relics, guys. I have the ones that my mom gave me. Have one with me. I hold it in my hand and I prayed. And nothing, I was just paranoid that night, but because he explained to us, Draven.
Were you able to sleep?
Yeah, I was able to sleep, but Draven explained to us that Circus, obviously is one of the oldest hotels there.
Yeah.
But it's also one of the most haunted hotels.
He told you that?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know
and
that.
he says that sometimes people that take their tour, they go back and they experience stuff.
Yeah.
But he says that one of the things that happened there on the first floor,
Circus.
In Circus on the first floor, you can't find the first floor. There's a room like 1,000 or one something. There's a room that you can't find at all in Circus. It's I don't know if they closed it off or they just
Does it move
they just hid it.
or what?
No. A mother and her 9-year-old son. She killed her 9-year-old son, shot him dead, and killed herself
In that room.
So I guess.
Did you ask? Did you go back and ask Circus?
No, we kind of tried to look for it.
Oh, you guys went walking
we were trying to look for it, but we couldn't find it. And what is it? We tried to look for it, we couldn't find it. And what is it? This story I did know because I was researching it, before I went. So in Circus, what is it? On Circus, they killed 2 people on the West hotel that they have.
Yeah.
Stabbed. Hold on, sorry. Stabbed 2 people to death. And they were like, they found like a bunch of money in their passport and stuff, but they stabbed 2 people in that room to death. And
you know what? This is
they haven't they haven't been able to find, I guess, the person that murdered them.
Yeah.
But what Draven was explaining to me is that in Vegas, there's a lot of murders, and
for sure.
but that it doesn't come out in the media. They censor it. That he was explaining to us that, like MGM Graham, New York. He said that before the big 500, the shooting in the Mandalay Bay, that there was a shooting in this New York. A shooter killed 12 people, and it didn't come out in the news.
No, well, you got to
because he says that MGM Graham, all these big places, they give money to the media. So there was they said, if you report this, we're not gonna give you money anymore. So that's how they have power in censoring. So a lot of people don't know that murders still happen, but it's all being censored. And so he did say this. He said that because of that little 9-year-old that got killed, that the people hear a baby crying. We did hear a baby crying.
You guys heard something?
We heard a baby crying, and what is it? It didn't want to shut up.
The hell?
But when we got there to the hotel, we didn't hear anybody next door to
where you stayed at.
Where we stayed at.
Yeah.
But we kind of heard the baby in the hallway. My wife said no, it was just the
far away.
No, it was just like the next door neighbors and stuff. But I felt like there was nobody there. And you think the baby will start crying every day that was there, but that night that we came back, that's when we started hearing the crying.
So you guys might have brought something back with you guys.
No, he says that a lot of times they come back, they just start hearing that baby crying because they explain to us the stories and all that kind of stuff.
Well, it opens up your mind,
Yeah. So I was like, so it could be either that we didn't experience it, that in the sense of it was just somebody there.
Okay, now another thing, if you had to tell the listeners, right, where to go, would you tell them to go to, the Queen Mary? To go look at.
Well, Draven had also. Oh, sorry. Then to listen.
Listen, the Queen Mary, Las Vegas or San Jose. Where would you tell him to go?
I would tell him to go to the.
We've been to all three.
Yeah, I told him to go.
Oh no, well, I've been to 2 out of 3.
Well, I've been to the Queen Mary, but not to the ghost hunting thing. But technically, when we went to Harbor, we went through all the.
No. But that's what I'm saying. Like overall in experience, if you had to say, you know what I mean, if you guys really are into this, if you guys want,
I think the best experience would be the what is it? Good Springs, Nevada. Going that ghost hunting adventure. Yes, yes, of course. And I mean, if you guys are a little bit more braver, I honestly recommend for you to actually try to make contact with the spirits and stuff, because our group didn't. But I'm pretty sure, like, be respectful. But you know, if you're into that, mostly,
I had a question. What would
contact it and kind of go on your own. You know, go on your own.
What would have done if you had somebody in your group that's gonna want to like, I would guess badmouth the spirits. Like, would you like?
I'll be like, hey, dude, chill. I'll be like, don't bring that bad juju with me. Like, take that with you. But we also had dowsing rods too that we can use and stuff.
Yeah, I remember you were telling me that they gave
us to. So I have the dowsing rods at the pad.
Oh, okay.
I have a pair. So me and my wife got 2. So we have technically they're 4, but you have to use 2 of them to make contact with them.
That's crazy.
It was funny though, because we were kind of messing around because in my house, like we some weird shit happens sometimes.
Yeah.
We see stuff, so we kind of tried using the dowsing rods in the house, but I guess we were just like fucking around too much, so it didn't work out.
Yeah.
But yeah, what is it? You can kind of like mess with it and stuff. But I was like, nah, maybe I don't want to like.
You don't want to think about it. Yeah, I
like
get you.
Some.
Well, the good thing is you had fun. You know what I mean? No bad juju came back with you. And you got to meet 2 really interesting people.
Yes, they were really nice. Draven and Ryan, they're awesome. Honestly.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? Overall, I would say it was interesting, but it's more the connection you made with people. You know?
Yeah, exactly. And all that, but it's not only the connection, but the experiences as well.
Yeah, you know what I mean. And you experience something that not a lot of people experience. And you know what's funny too is that people don't experience stuff like this when we live
because
so
they don't
close
go
to
out.
Exactly.
No, but they don't go out to try to be more adventurous and try to see if things are real. Ghosts and spirits or whatever. They don't try to go out.
And not that they don't try.
And I did. Like this. Because of my podcast, but not only because of me too. I want, I've always been scared, and now I wanted to try new things.
It's not that they don't believe; it's more that they no, well, yeah, it's more like they don't believe because they figure like everything can be explained with science, or
there's the people that they can be,
you know what I mean. So and they don't believe like in the sense like, oh, if when a person dies, they die completely, they never come back. You know what I mean? So. Behind the soap, bro.
All right, now it's fine.
Yeah, so you know what I mean. So it's like that, you know what I mean. But it's like I tell everybody, it's like get out, do something, you know what I mean. Like
yeah, like
something small.
Don't be like calling us like like liars or something like that. Like go and experiment, do your own research.
Yeah, you know what I mean. But it's like some people don't believe like when we'll say a story and they'll be like, oh no, what that's not true.
It has to be fake. You know, they never experienced that. You know what I mean?
But it's like
they don't exist.
Like eventually it's gonna happen. You know what I mean? And when it does happen, they're going to try to explain it with science. Yeah, so. Well, it was nice seeing you guys. Hopefully next Sunday, we're going to be back with another podcast.
Hopefully, yes. Next Sunday. If not, obviously, we'll
next Sunday, for sure, we're both going to talk a little bit more.
Yeah, obviously. Well, he was like my interviewee because I was the one that went out, so that's fine.
Yeah, because he didn't invite me again. He goes out and doesn't invite me because I'm poor.
It was fun, and we make sure
because I'm poor. So
these videos we will upload them to our YouTube channel, guys, so you guys can see them for yourself.
We sounds like a lot of people.
Okay, well, my editor over here,
I would upload them.
Yeah, we'll upload them.
Yeah, so hopefully you guys love this podcast. I know it's something a little different than what we normally do because normally we both talk.
Yeah, but I wanted to give you guys my experiences.
Yeah,
as far as like ghost hunting wise, like because I did go ghost hunting. Mm-hmm. And we did see stuff. We did hear stuff.
We kind of went ghost hunting the day we went to the
Winchester, but it was whack, dude.
That's what I'm saying. But I think a lot has to do with the person that you went with. You know what I mean? Because
you know what? Which one was? I think would be better to do because the only thing I experienced was remember when we were down to the basement. What was like the basement, and they had like people like that throw coal and stuff. They pointed out the hallway about supposedly this guy that always appears and stuff. The light did flicker, but that was it.
No, yeah, we were there when it was but I'm saying. I think it has to do with the person that's giving you the experience. Because like you're saying, the 2 guys that gave you the experience,
yeah, they were good.
They were actually into it.
Yeah, they were nice people.
And the people at the Winchester house, they do it so often that they probably don't even believe it themselves.
Probably.
You get me? So you probably need somebody that's gonna believe it and be like, dude,
because these people are believers.
Exactly.
Probably the people that work at the Winchester.
It's just a job for them.
Yeah, it's just a job for them. Like, They're like a tour guide.
Yeah,
like
you
a
know
tour
what I mean.
guide.
So it's a difference to where you get somebody that's into it, and then get somebody
That
that's
just
just
has
a
to-
job.
yeah,
That's
just
like,
getting
this is
paid
just a
for it.
paycheck for me.
Yeah,
Like, you know what I
exactly.
mean. So it's a little different, you know.
Yeah.
So as of right now, we don't have a topic for next weekend,
Well, make
but
sure
we're working on this as soon as we're off. We're gonna be working on a topic, and a topic hopefully for not just this Sunday, but for I said in a couple months of
Yeah,
Sundays.
we're gonna try to pick a lot of topics
Yeah.
this week, so that we can have things set up, guys.
Yeah, so we'll see you guys next Sunday.
Make sure to
Hope you-
follow us on YouTube, please.
Yes.
Give us that thumbs up. Ring that bell. Tell your friends. Tell your family. Tell your dog, your cat, whoever you want. Okay.
And follow us on our Twitter and our Facebook page.
Yeah, follow us on our Twitter.
Voodoo RL.
Yes, Voodoo RL, and also unsubscribe from T Series, guys, and go subscribe to PewDiePie. Okay.
Yeah, PewDiePie.
All right.
Yeah, PewDiePie.
All right, guys. We're out.